Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
The fiery river surged and rolled up 1,000 layers of waves. White waves slapped the shore, making continuous splashing sounds. The force of the water crashing against the rocks created a deafening roar that echoed through the surrounding landscape. The river, vast and seemingly endless, was a turbulent torrent of raw power and energy. Not far away, several whirlpools erupted in the earthen yellow river, sucking everything around into the bottomless depths. These swirling vortexes, like hungry mouths, devoured anything that dared come near. The largest whirlpool was the most terrifying, resembling a sky-swallowing demonic beast. It spanned several kilometers, its immense diameter forming a powerful, rotating column that reached into the sky. The whirlpool absorbed river water, vegetation, and all aquatic life, showing no mercy. Even a water demon in the intermediate level couldn't escape the huge whirlpool and was swallowed up, its desperate cries silenced in an instant as it was pulled into the abyss. The sight was both mesmerizing and horrifying. The power of the river was undeniable, a force of nature that could not be tamed. Zane Martel felt a mix of shock and a strange sense of ease upon seeing the reservoir. The chaotic scene proved one thing: the enemy would not find an easy escape in such a harsh environment. The river's fury would not spare anyone, friend or foe. At least it meant the enemy wouldn't escape quickly by ship in such a harsh environment.
We can catch up.
His voice carried a resolve that cut through the roar of the river. Despite the chaos around them, his determination was unshakable.
Zane, don't worry too much. Your dad is strong. He's faced worse than this, and he always comes out on top. He's got the spirit of a warrior and the heart of a lion. He'll be fine, I promise.
Elora's voice was soothing, a calm in the storm. She laid a hand on Zane's arm, her eyes filled with reassurance and a quiet strength that offered comfort in the face of uncertainty.
I know. He will be fine.
Zane nodded, addressing the group with a resolute expression. His confidence was contagious, a beacon of hope amidst the swirling chaos.
The water demons are rampant in the fiery river. Anyone, human or demon, crossing the sky will be attacked. But we don't have time to waste. We must fly at full speed. We can't let them get away.
His words were met with silent nods. Elora and Gabriel Stone both agreed without hesitation. With their levels of cultivation, they were not afraid of mere water demons. Their determination mirrored Zane's, and they prepared themselves for the journey ahead.
Since we all agreed, let's go at full speed.
Vital energy erupted from Zane, causing waves of air to rise around him. The power within him was palpable, a force that seemed to merge with the very wind itself. Merging his power with the wind serpent step, he disappeared, reappearing dozens of miles away in an instant. The speed was dizzying, a blur of motion that left the landscape a streak of colors. Gabriel followed closely, his own form a swift streak of motion. Meanwhile, Elora emitted a purple light, her power radiating in waves. Her figure vanished and reappeared miles away, keeping up effortlessly. The three of them moved in perfect synchrony, a testament to their training and skill.
Elora has many secrets. What power is she using? How does she manage to keep up so effortlessly?
Suddenly, a huge wave rose from the fiery river. The water swelled and churned, and a massive water demon, over 50 meters long, burst into the air. Its body, sleek and monstrous, glistened in the sunlight. The demon aimed to swallow Zane whole, its maw wide open and filled with rows of sharp teeth.
I don't have time for you. Get lost.
Zane's roar was fierce, filled with the power of his resolve. He slashed the water demon in half with his sky-killing sword, the blade cutting through the creature with a flash of deadly precision. He didn't even pause to devour it as he glided forward, his focus unwavering. The demon's corpse fell into the river, dyeing the water red. The scent of blood was thick in the air, drawing more water demons to the surface. Transforming into 3 arcs, the group crossed hundreds of miles in seconds, battling countless water demons. The air was filled with the sounds of combat, the clash of weapons, and the roars of defeated demons. As they flew, the demons grew stronger, advancing from the advanced level to even the expert level. Zane and Gabriel killed hundreds, even thousands of water demons, their corpses turning the river crimson. Despite the gruesome scene, Zane pressed on, his determination unwavering. The river of blood behind them was a testament to their strength and resolve. After 3 hours of flying at full speed, the water demons became even stronger. Their numbers seemed endless, a relentless tide of monstrous forms. Zane faced a snake demon in the first stage of the expert level. Its body was covered in shiny green scales, each one reflecting the light like polished armor. The snake demon, its jade green eyes filled with malice, confronted Zane, its gaze emitting a green light that caused sluggishness.
Die.
Forming a seal with both hands, a black sword mark appeared on Zane's forehead. Vital energy poured into the mission sword mark, a black shadow of a broken sword hundreds of meters long condensing in the sky. The sword's body, more magnificent than before, emitted a tremendous aura. The power it radiated was overwhelming, a beacon of Zane's inner strength and determination.
Suppress and kill it.
The mission sword fell like a black meteor, killing the snake demon instantly. The powerful sword energy spread, killing all nearby water demons. The air crackled with energy, the force of the attack resonating through the river. Zane then absorbed the corpse's blood energy and vital energy. Each fallen demon was a source of power, fueling his own strength. Turning to help Elora, he was stunned to see her surrounded by purple crystals, which killed any water demon upon contact. The sight was both beautiful and deadly, a testament to Elora's formidable abilities.
When did Elora become so powerful? I've underestimated her.
Throughout the journey, Zane had protected Elora, but now he realized her true strength. As the trio fought their way through the relentless onslaught of demons, the core of the fiery river awaited them, with even greater dangers lurking in its depths. What monstrous challenges lay ahead? Would they find Zane's father in time, or would the river claim them as its next victims? During her time in the Divine Hawk Camp, Elora's cultivation speed soared to terrifying levels. Even Zane Martell, once unmatched, dared not compare. In just 2 months, she leapt across stages, reaching the 6th stage of the advanced level. Her improvement was so rapid that it seemed almost unnatural, leaving Zane feeling a pang of inferiority every time he saw her train. The other disciples in the camp could only watch in awe as Elora continued to break through barriers that had taken them years to overcome. Her strength and skill had become the talk of the camp, with whispers of her potential reaching even the highest ranks. Zane, though proud of his friend's achievements, couldn't help but feel a shadow of doubt creep into his own abilities. An hour later, the trio set off again. The night was thick with fog, the air damp and heavy with the promise of danger. As they moved, the silence between them spoke volumes, each lost in their own thoughts about the mission ahead. The scene shifts to a misty, dangerous terrain around the fiery river. The setting is tense, the atmosphere thick with anticipation. On both sides of the river stood 2 massive mountains, their peaks lost in the clouds, creating a natural corridor that funneled them toward their destination. The path was treacherous, with loose rocks and sudden drops that kept them on high alert. The 3 stood still, staring down. Below them, 8 massive ships sailed, causing slow ripples on the river's surface. The water's dark surface reflected the pale moonlight, casting an eerie glow over the scene. The ships moved with a purposeful grace, their flags snapping in the wind. Zane's eyes narrowed as he focused on the ships. His heart raced, a mix of fear and hope clashing within him.
Finally, we caught up with them.
The ships bore the flags of Ebonwave Pavilion, a symbol that made Zane's heart pound with both fear and hope. Memories of his father flashed through his mind, giving him strength. He glanced at Elora, who touched his palm with her warm hand, a gesture of solidarity that grounded him in the present.
Zane, go. We'll rescue your father together. He'll be amazed at how powerful you've become.
All right, let's go and rescue my father.
Hovering in the air, Zane's voice boomed across the river, his words carried by the wind, echoing off the canyon walls.
Ebonwave Pavilion, stop right there.
On the ships, the sailors looked up, startled and murmuring among themselves. Their conversations carried upwards, a mix of confusion and apprehension.
Are they flying above the fiery river? Are they not afraid of death?
They must be powerful to be up there.
Most sailors were in half-human, half-beast form. Their realms were around the 4th or 5th stage of the advanced level, except the leader, a catfish-like man in the 2nd stage of the expert level. His presence exuded authority and power, a silent warning to any who might challenge him. He stood among others in the 7th stage, guarding 3 iron cages with an air of smug confidence. Inside the cages were 3 prisoners. One, a middle-aged man with a bald patch, another a woman in her 30s with scales on her cheeks, and the third, a thin, dull-eyed man. The prisoners looked defeated, their spirits crushed by their captivity. The sight of them fueled Zane's determination, solidifying his resolve to free them at any cost.
Are you here to make a deal with Ebonwave Pavilion? Go to our base in the Yellow Sea area. We're busy now. Leave.
But Zane descended, landing on the deck. The catfish man stepped forward, blocking them.
Leave now! We have no time for you!
Ignoring him, Zane's eyes fixed on the cages. His heart pounded as he saw a familiar figure.
Dad,
Dad! I don't have a son like you. Leave or we'll make you.
Zane brushed past, kneeling before the cage, tears in his eyes.
Father, it's me, Zane. Do you recognize me?
Ezekiel Martel, the prisoner, stared blankly, bound by heavy chains. Zane's voice cracked as he desperately tried to reach his father's consciousness, hoping for a flicker of recognition.
Father, is he your dad?
The confusion in the catfish man's voice was evident. The catfish man finally snapped to his senses. Suddenly, his expression changed from confusion to anger as he pieced together the situation.
Are you his son? This is outrageous. Everyone, listen up. These 3 are here to hijack the prisoners. Kill them.
As soon as the catfish man ordered, more than 20 men above the 7th stage of the advanced level immediately became alert. They charged forward, with all kinds of power of nature lights radiating from their hands as they rushed toward Zane with tremendous momentum.
How dare you stir up trouble on the Ebonwave Pavilion ships? You're courting death.
Die now! We can ask the Demon Godsect to pay us more after killing you.
In an instant, over 100 sharp and dazzling sword lights rushed forward and trapped tightly around Zane. The sword lights were of different colors and sounds. Some martial artists even transformed completely into their beast modes, turning into demonic beasts that were 4 or 5 meters tall, and they slammed down their gigantic palms at Zane. Zane's face fell. He could not escape. In fact, Zane could have dodged their attacks easily with his vertical eyes power. But then, what would happen to Ezekiel Martel? If Zane dodged the attacks, they would undoubtedly fall on Ezekiel instead. By then, Ezekiel would be dead meat. The realization hit Zane like a cold wave. He couldn't abandon his father. Not now, not ever. His eyes, filled with determination, locked onto the oncoming onslaught.
Get away from me.
Zane held the mission sword and swiftly chopped at the dense attacks charging at him. His sword was like a tornado swirling at the enemy. Each strike was precise, fueled by his desperation and unwavering resolve to protect his father. To his surprise, he managed to block all the attacks for the time being. The assailants hesitated, momentarily taken aback by the ferocity of Zane's defense. But Zane knew this was only a brief respite. His enemies were regrouping, ready to launch another wave of attacks. Zane's eyes darted to Ezekiel again. He had to find a way to free his father and fend off the attackers simultaneously. The stakes had never been higher, and failure was not an option. The battle was far from over, and Zane could feel the weight of every second ticking by. With renewed vigor, he tightened his grip on the mission sword, preparing for the next onslaught, his mind racing with strategies to outmaneuver his foes while ensuring his father's safety. The air crackled with tension as the warriors readied themselves for another attack. Could Zane protect his father and survive the relentless assault? The answer hung in the balance, each moment brimming with uncertainty and danger.